let's go to the next question. I think we have another question by Val, I think. Let's check it out.
Hello, my name is Valerie Ingram, and I have a question about my home. I'm currently in debt, but I only owe $68,000 on my house. I do want to use it as collateral for my business, and possibly I have an EIN number. It's been established for a year. I want to do $100,000 loan in order to pay out the $68,000 for my house, and then I can actually rent out my house for at least $1,800. The 15-year on that is 5.93. A 30-year is 6.1. So I'm just wondering if I can do this, how can I do this, and how I go about working this out. My name is Valerie Ingram, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Wow. Um, this is a loaded question. And I want to unpack this one because this is where many of us mess up. All right. Thinking debt is the shortcut to wealth. But here's the truth. It's a trap. So Val, all right, let's break this down. I'm doing the math in my head, so flow with me. I should have had a pen and paper in here, but I'm doing it on my head. You owe $68,000 on a home, okay? That's manageable. And you're trying to turn that into a rental, which could be a solid wealth move, because I'm sure if you owe $68,000, it's worth more than $68,000. But it's not a solid wealth move if you're using a business loan to pay off the house. Follow me. I know you're probably saying why. Here's why. Because now your business is carrying $100,000 of new debt. And that debt isn't even all being used to grow the business. You're using it to pay off your mortgage. And in my personal opinion, that is completely dangerous. And I would think that is an unwise move. You just turn a steady, predictable personal asset into a risk, volatile business expense. No. If the business fails, if revenue drops, if the market shifts like we've been seeing in 2025, now you've got debt, no income, and no peace. And let me tell you, there's no wealth without peace. This ties into why we're doing what we're doing here at the table and within our E3 community. I told you all before, and I'm gonna keep saying this, within our community. I want to drive our mission statement within our community. If you call yourself an E3 member, if you're evolving in the areas of wellness, freedom, and what else? How do I say this? How do I say this? I'm even including family into this now. Because our new mission by 2053 is important, because experts are saying that Black Americans will have 0 to negative net worth. 0. And I refuse to have anybody within my E3 community. That's not going to happen on my watch. And that's why our mission is completely bold right now. Because we're going to help eradicate $1 billion in consumer debt and help our community build $500 million in wealth by 2050. This is why I don't play when it comes to teaching this stuff. And this is why I have this decision. Because society is set up to keep us living paycheck to paycheck. Society makes us believe that, having debt is the right thing to do. This is not what it's about.
All right, fam, let's have a heart-to-heart. You all know that I'm all about helping you get your money. But let me ask you this question. how's your credit report looking? And if you're being honest and you're saying, you know what, Ayo, I need some help, well, listen, I got something for you. Listen, I know credit can feel like this big confusing thing, but with Kickoff, it doesn't have to be. They've designed a super simple, affordable way to help you build your credit, whether you're just starting out or need to bounce back from a rough patch. Here's how it works. Kickoff reports to the major credit bureaus to help you establish a positive credit history, and you can get started for as little as $5 a month. No credit check, no crazy interest fees at all, no hidden fees, so just a straightforward way to improve your financial standing. And here's why it matters the most, because it is not just about a number, it is about financial freedom and doors opening up for you. Do you want that dream apartment? Do you want lower car insurance and even better job prospects? It all starts with making sure you have a good credit profile. So don't wait. Head over to anthonyoneal.com/kickoff. That's anthonyoneal.com/KIKOFF and start your first month for just as little as $1. Listen, it's anthonyoneal.com/kickoff, KIKOFF. You get it for $1. Let's get you some lower rates, especially in 2025.
So if I'm you, Val, here's what I'm doing. I'm paying off the $68,000 in debt by just putting more money onto that account. Or you can go rent an apartment, or you can go buy another house. I'm cool with this. And if you can rent it out for $1,800 a month, like you said in the call, then just go ahead and have someone move in there and pay it off for you. But do not borrow money on your business. Do not take out a loan on your business. Figure out a way to cash flow it. I was at a conference and one of my friends, not one of my friends, but I was at one of my friends' church, and the guy asked me, he said, man, how do I get funding for my business? And I think that sometimes to me, while I understand the importance of getting funding with certain businesses, but why do we ask that question first? Why is our very first thing is when I launch a business, how do I take on debt? Because if you're not profiting any freaking money, why do you want to go borrow money and you already got a bill and you don't have any steady income coming in yet? No, I built this business off of cash. If I had to shut down everything, I can sell all this stuff in here and make money. We have freedom. Now, my thought processes are changing a little bit when it comes to debt on the business side of things. It is changing a little bit. But the very first question that I'm asking myself is, one, do I have a good product? Do I have a good service? Do I have a business that is fulfilling people's needs, wants, or desires? Do I have a clientele? Do I have income coming in? Not let me go borrow $100,000, pay off my house at $68,000, which leaves me about $32,000 that I can use to go towards a business. No. Is let me sit down with a business coach. Let me sit down with a product coach who can help me understand if this product makes sense. Let me do some research and see, is this product needed? And let me see, can I make some money? As a matter of fact, for the next 90 days, I ain't borrowing nothing. Let me go sell the product and or service that I have. Let me make some money. And then any extra money, I'm going to use that to go pay off my mortgage. Or I'm going to put someone inside of my home and let them pay it off. But Val, I'm not going to borrow money, $100,000, put myself into $32,000 more of debt for a company that I do not know if it's going to work. Now, if that flops, my house is attached to that, and I am pissed because now my home is up for grabs because I defaulted on a loan. Okay? No. I'm sorry. You can't do that, Val. I'm so sorry. You cannot do that. Don't do it. I love you. I love you. Let's go to the next question. I think her name is Michelle. Let's check it out.